A couple months after retiring, Kyle Long is taking a few shots at the Bears coaching staff, saying that he would only return to the Bears organization if they had a new staff in place. What is up, guys? I'm finally back with another Bears video. There's not really been much to talk about over the past couple weeks, so didn't really have much content to put out, but you can expect a lot more coming in the next couple weeks. I have a lot of highlight videos I have planned, a lot of probably prediction videos, a lot of just speculation and stuff. But guys, this honestly, I have to say, it shocked the hell out of me because out of all the people, on the team, I would never think Kyle Long would say something like this, okay? It's not that he said something super offensive or bad or anything, but it's just that I was truly under the impression that he really loved his time in Chicago, okay? Throughout his entire time here, especially the last 2 years with Matt Nagy, maybe not the last year, obviously, because last year was pretty bad, but the first year with Matt Nagy, he had nothing but great things to say about him, constantly. He always talked about the culture, how much he enjoyed it, how much he finally loved, getting back to winning football, how much being in the playoffs meant to him. Just to be a part of a winning culture, this really fun team. He had a lot of good things to say about that. And even last year, after he left our team, in all the parting interviews, he only had good stuff to say about his time in Chicago and about his time with Matt Nagy. So it kind of, really shocked me to see that these are his true feelings. But apparently, Kyle Long maybe did not like the Bears coaching staff as much as we thought he did. Now, you may say that why does that even matter? Okay, he's not even on the team anymore. Well, it does matter to some extent because there's literally been no bad words spoken about Nagy by any players ever yet, okay? There's not been a single player on the team that has spoken anything bad about Matt Nagy. It's all been positive. Even last year, even though we had all those struggles, our locker room was composed and everybody had nothing but good stuff to say about their coach and about their offensive staff. So, it kind of makes you wonder, is that actually real or is that only in place because they want the team to stay together? Okay, what are their true feelings actually? What do they actually think about Matt Nagy? Are they hiding their true feelings towards him? Does this Kyle Long statement really mean anything? I'm going to discuss that right now. So how this all started was that today on Twitter, which first of all, Kyle Long is super active on Twitter ever since he retired. So if you want to follow him there, he has some pretty funny tweets. He probably tweets more than our president right now. But pretty much what he said in responding to a fan who asked him, is that why you retired so young? He said that, I didn't retire, I got fired. I will know with conviction whether I'm done for good or not in the next few weeks. Full transparency, I miss football, but at what cost? Blah, blah, like the golf course more than the gridiron now. So, clearly he's enjoying his life retired, but pretty much the most important thing to take away from this is that he clarified that it was not his decision to leave the Bears. That's kind of what most people assumed because if you look at where Kyle Long was at that point in his career, his body was beaten down. He had only played in 30 out of the last 64 games possible. He ended the last 4 seasons on IR. His body was clearly beaten down and probably not in football shape anymore. And we saw that even last year in the few games he played before he got injured again. He was not playing up to par. He was a pretty poor football player. Nowhere near that Pro Bowl level he was early on in his career. So it would make total sense to get rid of him if you are the Chicago Bears. And Kyle Long clarified that right here, okay? The Bears got rid of him. He did not leave the team willingly. He did not retire willingly. So if Kyle Long is mad at that fact in any way, that's kind of stupid in my opinion because you have to look at it from a business point of view, okay? This guy, although he was a phenomenal leader for us, one of the, brightest characters on the team, really fun guy, worked hard, worked his ass off every single day for this organization. He was not on the field anymore, okay? We cannot trust him anymore to be on the field. And his play was clearly hampered as well. So it would make total sense for any GM in the NFL to get rid of him at that point. But what he said after that tweet was a lot more shocking. Responding to a guy that said that Bears still need a right guard, Kyle come back, proven training camp, you're healthy, and you're by far the top option, it's not even close. He said that I would wait for a new staff. In here, he doesn't clarify if he's talking about, Matt Nagy or any of the other offensive, assistant coaches. But come on, guys. Obviously, he's probably talking about Matt Nagy because That's the coach, okay? That's the main guy that interacts with him the most. Later on, he also posted a tweet saying BU, which I don't know what that means. Maybe it's a slight shot at Matt Nagy or whatever. I don't know what it is, but I assume he is talking about Matt Nagy here. And if he's talking about Matt Nagy, that's pretty surprising to say the least. Like I mentioned earlier, there has been nothing but good stuff said about Matt Nagy by every player. And it makes you wonder again that is this really how they feel about him? Are they holding their true feelings back? It seems like Kyle Long truly maybe did not like Matt Nagy as much as we thought he did. Even though in all the interviews he gave, in all the, all the like press conferences he did even during his time here, he only had good stuff to say about Matt Nagy, that BU culture, how he really made football fun for everybody. So it's a little bit confusing why Kyle Long would think this. He also said later on that, what did he say? He said that I have supported the staff and the roster and the media since being released, believe in the team and the coaches, but that doesn't mean I would want to play for them. That tweet confuses me even more, okay? He's saying that he believes in the team, he believes in the coaches, but he doesn't want to play for them. I don't know if he thought the coaches were maybe too brutal sometimes or too soft, or maybe because he thought that they didn't treat him well, or I don't know, like he doesn't clarify anything else, but he pretty much says that he believes in the coaches, he thinks that they can have success, but he personally does not want to play for them. So, I'll be honest, it's kind of tough breaking that one down. The only person that knows what Kyle Long is truly talking about here is Kyle Long himself, and I guess we'll probably never know what he's truly talking about unless he clarifies later on. But I just think it's really interesting to hear Kyle Long's point of view, this different point of view, when everything else we heard about Matt Nagy from him was totally different, okay? I'm not, insulting Kyle Long in any way here. I'm just saying, what he thinks is kind of interesting, and it makes me wonder, what do players truly think about Matt Nagy? Sometimes in the media, you lie just to keep the team together, but do more players feel this way about Matt Nagy? I guess we'll know next season. I truly think, honestly, right now, that winning will cure everything, okay? If we win football games next year, everybody is going to love Matt Nagy, but if we start losing, I think that's going to be the point where the culture starts to break. The first season with Matt Nagy was all rainbows and sunshine. Everybody loved him. Everybody loved this new, fun, hip, exciting culture, and everybody bought into it. And that's how we kind of won 12 games as well. But the next season, when everything started to fall apart in some ways, okay, we only won 8 games when we had Super Bowl expectations. That same fun, that same energy was not all there. Now, our team did still stay together, so major props to Matt Nagy for even doing that, because I know a lot of other teams would have fallen apart in those circumstances, but the Bears stuck together. However, though, that's only going to last so long, okay? If we start losing games again next year, if we start out the season really poorly, that is when things are probably going to go down the drain. So what I'm trying to say here is that next year is probably the last chance we have at preserving this culture, okay? I don't know if Matt Nagy is going to get fired or not next year. If he has a bad season, I would assume he might, okay? But maybe they want to give him another quarterback to work with as well, so you never know what's going to happen. But this entire clubbed up culture, this team that we built, it's going to start to fall apart if we don't win games fast. Now, I really don't think this Kyle Long statement means that much of anything, okay? I think that, it's interesting to hear what he says, but, at the same time, I feel like he is being a little bit salty, maybe a little bit hurt emotionally by what the Bears did to him, even though it was only a business decision, okay? When you devote that much blood, sweat, and tears into doing something, obviously you're going to be hurt, so I don't blame him at all for being hurt, but he shouldn't, take that so personally if that's what he's doing here. Obviously, I'm not going to put words into his mouth, but it seems to me, from the outside looking in, that that's why he's saying all these things. But, obviously I could be wrong. So let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments down below. It's definitely an interesting situation to talk about because we really haven't been having these discussions that much about players, talking bad about Nagy. But I guess we are now. So let me know what you guys think about it. But as always, bear down.